Okay, so bronzers, I don't have too many just because I do have my favorites that I reach for and they last a really long time, so like I'm not really buying that much bronzer. To be honest, I'm probably not going to get rid of very many from here either just because these are all ones that I do really love. I guess one that I can get rid of is this Essence one. This is the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. I use this one a ton, but it's just like a little bit, it's like a little bit too light for me. I'm gonna take my watch off. It doesn't quite do the job. I don't know. It's just not the best one. Let me see if I can get a little bit of like a better swatch for the color. But yeah, I mean, you can see it barely kind of shows up on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. Then I have this one from Too Faced. This is their Bronzed Peach Toasted Peach Blush, bronzer, sorry. As you can see, mine is broken. I actually ordered this 3 times. The first time I ordered it, honestly, this is also really old too. The first time I ordered it, it came broken like this. So I emailed them and then they sent me a new one, said I could keep this one. And then that one came broken as well. And then I contacted them again. And they said that they would send me a new one. It came broken again, and then they just eventually just refunded me the money, and I had like 3 of these, so I gave 2 of them away, and I kept 1 for myself because I actually do really like the formula of this, and it is a very good color, and I really love the shimmer on it as well. Like, I really do prefer glowy bronzers since I do have kind of dry skin, but it is getting really old, and it isn't quite like my favorite one anymore, but I don't know, it does look pretty there. I don't know, I'm kind of torn on this one. I think I'm leaning towards getting rid of it just because I know that I'm going to probably be keeping all of these, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this one for now. Okay, so then I do have 2 of these like contour-y sticks. I have a mini of the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. Mine is basically empty. You can see that I've used up pretty much the whole thing. I absolutely love this contour stick. It just blends out so easily and it just looks so pretty and has a little bit of a sheen to it. Like, I don't know. I just really love this one and I'm going to try and use this up, so I'm going to keep this one. This Fenty one, I'm really torn. I bought this when Fenty first came out, so it is getting a little bit old. And you can see, like, I haven't even used it past the point where I have needed to twist it up. Like, this is as low as it goes. The shade is strange. It definitely is a little bit weird. I got mine in the shade Amber, which is what everybody was saying to use at the time as, like, a contour shade. But you can see it's really just a super dark, like, dirt color. It's really not the best for me, but I feel bad because it was expensive and it's Fenty and like, I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna have to get rid of it. I don't think I can keep this one. Just based on seeing the swatch again, it kind of is not the best, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Moving on to my absolute favorite bronzer of all time is this Buxom Staycation Vibes Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Backyard Bronze. This is my favorite bronzer I think I've ever used. The shade is just, it is just absolutely perfect. It is like everything I could ask for in a bronzer. It lasts for forever. It's the perfect color, has that little bit of glow to it. It's not too dark, not too light. It is just the absolute perfect shade. So I'm definitely keeping this one. I really plan on using this up completely. Like, I just absolutely love this one. This is the Kiko Milano blush. This is from their Ocean Feel collection in the shade 01 Warm Honey. This one is really pretty. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit. It used to have a dome where it came up a little bit higher, but I've pretty much flattened out the dome. Don't get me wrong, I still have a ton of product in here. This is 0.7 ounces as opposed to like my Buxom one is 0.14 ounces, so this is basically like a million times the Buxom one. But so I'm never gonna run out of product. This one is just a little bit light, so I would typically like take this one and then I would layer my Becca one. I forgot what shade it was. I think it was like Capri Coast. I would layer Capri Coast over it, but I actually used that up entirely. Like completely hit pan, repressed it, used it all up fully. So I really like this one, but you can see it's this top one over here, so it is pretty light, but I think if I use that one like and layered this over top of it, it would be nice. This also smells like chocolate, so I'm having a hard time getting rid of it. I don't know, I think I'm going to keep this one for now, even though it is a little bit light. It's still really pretty and still has a little bit of a glow to it if I'm like more fair. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one for now. This one is the Butter Bronzer. It's the classic in the old packaging. I'm pretty sure they repackaged it. As you can see, I've hit pan on this. I've gone through, I think, like 2 of these before. This is probably my 3rd one. This one is the lighter one for some reason. So it isn't as dark. Like, let me swatch it next to the other ones up here. Like, you can see it's up here. It is a very, very light. I guess for that reason, I guess I could get rid of it, but I don't know. I feel like I hit pan already. Like, I'm so close to using it up, so I kind of want to keep it. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it, even though it's dumb, and my reason for getting rid of other ones was because it was too light, but this one just smells so good. I have some weird attachment to it. I'm going to keep it. This one is kind of new to me. This is the Too Faced Pineapple Sun bronzer. This one's really, really pretty. It's like a bronzer highlight duo. I really, really love the bronzer in it. It feels a little bit dry, but I like how deep it is. Like, I don't know, it's just a really good shade. Obviously, the highlight is way too dark for me to use as a highlight, but if I actually mix them together, it creates a really pretty, like, bronzer topper. I know that's kind of like a niche, like, item, but I don't know. I really like it. The packaging is pretty. I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna keep it. And last one that I think I'm gonna keep, I just have, like, kind of a sentimental attachment to this. I bought this when I was in the city with my boyfriend's sister. I went to makeup school, or makeup classes, and we were in the city after one of her classes, and I bought this, and I don't know, I used it a lot. You can see the embossment is, like, away from it. And I remember being, like, so excited to see this and being like, oh my god, I really want that Ciate Palm Island bronzer. And I had it. It's a really good shade. It's, like, a shade that I really like, but it's just not shimmery at all. But I'm still going to go ahead and keep this one just because of the memories, and it is a really nice formula even though it is matte. Oh, I actually forgot about a bronzer. I have this mini Hourglass one. I'm going to keep it because it's Hourglass. For some reason, the one that I got has barely any bronze in it. Very, very light, but I do like to use it to contour my nose sometimes. So for highlights, I definitely have probably the most in this section, but I think this is the biggest section that I'm probably going to get rid of. Ooh, this is actually a blush. This is the Honest Beauty blush in the shade Rose Pink. I forgot who I saw was using, oh, you know what, it was Tati a long time ago. She said that this was like her favorite thing ever. It's a really, really pretty blush, but I just don't love cream blushes, and if I do use one, I'm going to use my Glossier or my Rare Beauty one. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one as well. So that's another blush that I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to go ahead and just pick out the ones that I'm definitely keeping, which are my Wet n Wild ones. These are the best. They're the Mega Glow highlighters. I have every single one, and every single one actually works for me. So I really, really love these. Push these over. My favorite one has to be Precious Petals. I mean, this is iconic. You can see how much I've used it. The embossing is pretty much gone compared to like a newer one, which is, this is my newest one, which I actually probably use the least. But yeah, so you can see how much I've actually used Precious Petals. This one's so pretty. It is like a really gorgeous rose gold. Sometimes it can look a little bit too dark for me, but if it's like sheared out like that, it just works and it looks really, really gorgeous. So keeping this one 100%. And then this one, I mean, I'm keeping all the Wet n Wild ones, but this one is in the shade Blossom Glow. This is like an iridescent pink color. It reflects pink and has, it's kind of like a white to pink reflect. It's really pretty. I don't have many shades like this anyways, so of course keeping that one. This is probably my most used one, which is Golden Flower Crown. This one's really, really pretty. It's just a straight kind of gold. Again, it looks like it could be a bit too dark, but once I shear it out, it really does work. And if I just use a little bit, you know, it works. And then another one, which is also kind of new to me, is this one in Bloom Time. This is basically if Precious Petals is too dark for you, then get Bloom Time. I absolutely love this one. I'm going to put it like in between Blossom Glow and Precious Petals. This is Precious Petals right here, and then this is Bloom Time, kind of a little bit layered over Blossom Glow, but it is just so gorgeous. I absolutely love that one. Like, just look how stunning they are, how shiny they are. Really, really love these, and they're so affordable as well. Like, these are just the best ever. Next one that I'm going to be keeping is my MAC one. This is in the shade Double Gleam. This is their Extra Dimension Skin Finishes. This one I've used a ton as well. You can see I have quite a big dip in the center. This is just like a white gold. It's a very, very light color, but it is just so, so stunning, so bright, really like a kind of icy, honestly. It's their most fair shade that they have. And I mean, look at that. Like, I cannot get rid of that. This is so, so, so stunning. Another one that I'm going to be keeping is my other MAC one. This is the Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish. This is very new to me as well. This one's so pretty. It's more of like a baked highlighter, and it has a little bit of a more pink tone to it. You can see it's right here. It's not as icy, but it's a little bit more glittery, and it has just that really, really pretty pink shift to it. So I'm going to keep this one. One that I can get rid of, this is a Use Skin by Kaleido Cosmetics. This is in the shade Goddess. Pretty sure this was from an Ipsy bag. It's really pretty. It's just a little bit too golden for me. And I already have Golden Flower Crown, which is like a very gold blush. Sorry, a very gold highlighter. And this is kind of too dark for me, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Another one, this one is the Disney Villains by ColourPop. This is their Super Shock highlighter. It's a really, really cool, like super shifty to the pink Super Shock formula. So you can see it's this one over here. This one's so pretty. Again, this was a gift from my boyfriend's sister, so of course I'm going to keep this one. It's really cool, and I love using it when I want to kind of have that more pink duochrome shift to it, so definitely going to keep this one. One that I can definitely get rid of is this Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is in the shade 10, Be My Highlight. I wanted this for so long. It was so hyped up. It was supposed to be like the Hourglass highlighter, but I mean, it is just not it for me. It's almost like, I don't know, it looks good on my hand there for some reason, just because the light is hitting it. But on my face, it almost looks gray, and it just does not come across as pretty as it does on other people. On me, it just does not work on me. So I'm going to have to get rid of this one. It was not my favorite. I feel like it did not live up to the hype for me, at least. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. One that I'm going to keep is my Becca one. This is their Champagne Pop in their like really gorgeous, super glittery holiday packaging from last year. I've used this one quite a bit. You can see there's a little bit of a dent in here. This one is just so blinding and so, so, so pretty. Kind of squeeze that in over here. It's actually very similar to the Precious Petals shade from Wet n Wild. So if you want to try Champagne Pop, but you don't want to spend as much money for Champagne Pop, get Precious Petals, because they are very similar shades, very similar finishes. So I would say honestly go for this one over the Becca ones, because these are really, really expensive. They're like $30-something. My current fave is this one from Nabla. This is in the shade Amnesia. I absolutely love Nabla. I love their brand. Everything is always so stunning from them. Like, hello, look at that. Let's get a little bit of a better look. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell how shiny and shimmery and gorgeous that is. Again, I feel like it looks a little dark for some reason on my hand, but on my face, like sheared out, it is just the most perfect color. 100% keeping this one. This one from IBY, I think I can get rid of. This was another like Ipsy brand. This is their Radiant Glow highlighter. It doesn't have a shade in it. I mean, it's kind of pretty, but it's just not like, I don't know. It's a little bit more textured than my other highlighters. It's not as smooth, so it has a little bit more of like a texture on the skin, so it's not like 100% my fave. So I think I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. Next one is the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive. As you can see, this is in their beat up, busted, old packaging. This is a 100% keep. It is just such a classic. It is insane. Like, look how pigmented that is just on my finger, just from touching it. I'm gonna like swatch it. Let's see. I'll swatch it. We'll go across my knuckles. Like, look at that. This is just insane. Like, it is the most pigmented, most amazing highlighter. like, this one is just, if I want like a blinding glow, I'm 100% gonna go for my Rodeo Drive. This one is so good, keeping that one. One that is like a little bit more of like a, not as crazy, it's pigmented, but it's not as like shiny, is this one from Lorac. This is in the shade Daylight. It's a little bit more of like a softer one. It's kind of what I expected the Pure Nude to be like. It's a little bit more glowy, I guess, than what I thought the Pure Nude would be like, but this is like what I wish the Essence one could be. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. And then lastly, this is one from Estate that I actually surprisingly really like. It's from the Do Me collection, and this is in the shade Lit. It's a baked highlight, so it's a very soft, like it's dry on the when you're touching it, but when it's on your face, it just is such like a soft glow. And it's really pretty. Like, again, it's kind of what I thought the Pure Nude one from Essence would be like. But yeah, I just really like this one. If I want a really soft and like poreless look, and just like a really like natural glow, this is it. Okay, so the final part of my powders collection, which I guess I'm gonna have to split this up into multiple parts. I thought I could do this all in one video, but it's getting kind of long, so I have some palettes here, like some face palettes. I actually have one more, let me go grab that. So as far as face palettes go, I don't have too many, and I can definitely get rid of some. This is actually one that I'm gonna keep. This is the Ofra Nikki Tutorials Highlighting Trio. This one is so pretty, I absolutely love this one. This one, it has, let's see, glazed donut in the middle, which is probably my favorite out of the whole collection. I'm just gonna like go over the bronzers. It's this one right here. You can see how glowy it is. It's again very icy, like a white gold. This one is in the shade Space Baby. It has that blue reflect, which is so cool. And you can see like these are just one swipe, like how pigmented are the Ofra ones. And then this one is in the shade Glow Goals, which is more of a bronzy tone, but if I mix that one with this one, it just creates a really perfect like champagne shade. So definitely gonna keep this palette, and I love, you know, supporting Nikki's Tutorials. I absolutely love her so much. This one is new to me, so I'm gonna keep it, and it's also was kind of expensive. This is the Benefit one, and it has the Dallas blush, the Sugar Bomb blush, Cookie Highlight, Georgia blush, and the Hula bronzer. The Cookie Highlight is so pretty, but I wish I kind of had it in a single because I feel like I would use it a lot more, just because I don't really reach for palettes that often. But I really like the Georgia blush and the Sugar Bomb, and then I actually layer Dallas and Hula together as my bronzer, and it looks really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. It's good for traveling too. This one I've had for forever, and I'm kind of keeping for sentimental reasons. I got this for Christmas a really long time ago, and I used this like all throughout high school. But it has these really pretty, this is like the Spotlight blush collection, and I mean, like that glitter one doesn't even really show up anymore, but it has like a more subtle one, more metallic, and then more glittery. I loved using this one in high school. This was like my anthem in high school was using this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one, even though I don't really use it as often anymore, but I mean, it has kind of cool packaging. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. This one I think I'm gonna give to my mom. This is the Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle palette by Tarte. The highlight is just way too dark for me, and it isn't like super amazing. Like you can see, I just put it right here. It's almost like a bronzer topper, like that's how dark it is. And then the bronzer is just way too like cool tone for me, and it makes me look kind of weird, which is like right here. I don't know why I'm swatching on my hand, but I've run out of room. But yeah, I'm gonna give this to my mom because she's tanner than me, and I actually gave this to her, and then I took it back because I was like, oh, she hasn't used this, I'm gonna take it back. But it does not work for me, so now I'm going to give it back. This one is from Wander Beauty. This is the Trip for Two bronzer and blush duo. You can see I dug my nail in here. It's pretty. I mean, I just don't need it, and I'm just never gonna reach for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on. And I think that concludes everything for today. I feel like I decluttered a decent amount. I know I did keep a lot of stuff, but like obviously I purchased everything on my own. Like I've never been sent anything or anything like that. So this is everything that I purchased with my own money or gotten as like gifts and everything, so it has meaning to me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess we'll do kind of like a ASMR, putting everything back in the little containers, because I know a lot of people do that in videos, and like everyone in the comments loves it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for you guys. And quickly before I start, I also have this It Bye Bye Pores pressed powder like sample. I'm gonna get rid of this. I like don't use it. so I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff in my drawers. I do have some leftover things that don't fit in these containers, but I'm gonna put them back into the rest of my storage. So I guess I'll do maybe like a little overview at the end of everything. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, thank you for watching my powder products declutter, and I hope to see you guys in the next video where I will tackle my eye products, potentially my eyeshadow palettes as well. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. That should be coming soon. So see you guys then. Bye.